All right, our last topic is the compound interest formula. So to find a compound interest amount, you're going to use the principal, which is the amount of money you put in initially, times this formula 1 plus r over n. And r is your interest rate as a decimal. N is how many times the interest is compounded per the unit of time. And then you take it to the power n times t, the number of times the time. So we're going to do two examples based on this, and just so you can see how it works. So I might ask you, how much money will you have after 7 years if you deposit $3,000 and get an interest rate of 9% per year compounded yearly? Yearly is the easiest. So what you're going to end up doing here, 7%, or I mean 9% is the same as 0.09. So as we do this, we're going to start with our amount equals 3,000, which is how much we put in it originally, times 1 plus 0.09. That's just going to be 1.09. That was only compounded yearly, so once per cycle. We don't have to divide that by anything. 2, how many times is this compounded? It's 7 years. So you would solve this by doing 3,000 times 1.09 to the 7th. We're going to expect that you have a scientific calculator that can do this and find out. If I do this, it's going to be like 5,484.11732. You're almost always going to be asked to round in cents. So make sure you do that accurately here, because there's a 7 after that 1. Make sure you round up or you'll get it wrong. So this is $5,484.12 is how much you have in your bank account after 7 years. Okay, so let's talk about this in the same idea. Same thing, you have 7 years, you deposit $3,000, you get 9% interest rate per year, but this time it's compounded monthly. So this one's a little bit more complicated, where you have to decide, if I have my 9% interest rate, but I'm compounding it monthly, I have to divide that by 12 to get how much I end up with per month. So that's 0.0075. So it's really similar in this formula. I'm still going to start with 3,000, and I'm going to multiply it by 1.0075, so 1 plus that. But this time, instead of compounding it 7 times, you do it every single month. So you have the 7 times 12 right up here, which is that 84. So when I do this, I would type into my calculator 3,000 times 1.0075 to the 84th power, and I get $5,619.61. So notice, if you compound it monthly, you get a little bit more money, a couple $100 or a little bit over $100 more than if you only compounded it every single year.